Good afternoon. This is Math with Mr. Samuels. Just like usual, make sure you have the notes before you progress in this video. Today we're talking about the slope formula. Now, in class, we spoke about how to find slope. In class, we also discussed slope-intercept form, where M is always slope and B is always the y-intercept. And now we're going to progress to the slope formula. So we find the slope on a graph by calculating and finding the rise over run, the ratio of the rise over run, okay? But when we're talking about what if we don't have a graph? What if we don't have the rule or the equation where it's slope-intercept form? What do we do when we are only given points or ordered pairs? And when we are given ordered pairs, we use this slope formula. And the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? This is the slope formula. You all will have to remember this, okay? You will have to memorize this, but hopefully after doing it a couple of times, it should just start to come to you. So let's go ahead and do a couple of examples, okay? Find the slope of the line between each pair of points. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this first one. It says negative 13.8 and 312. Now, first thing I like to do is I like to label my ordered pairs. So this negative 13 is x1, this 8 is y1, this 3 is x2, and this 12 is y2. Okay, so remember the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have 12 minus 8 over 3 minus negative 13. Okay, so we just need to go ahead and do this. 12 minus 8 is 4. And anytime we have a double negative, changes to positive. So then we have 3 plus 13, which is 16. And this 4 over 16 reduces to 1/4. Okay, and that is what our slope is for this particular problem. Now, a question that a lot of students always ask, they say, hey, Mr. Samuels, what if I said that 3 and 12 were my x1, y1, and negative 13, 8 was my x2, y2? Well, you still will get the same exact answer. And to prove that to you, I'm going to do it the opposite way. So in this next example, we're going to say that 8 is our y2, and negative 13 is our x2, and 312 are the x1, y1. Doesn't matter which ones you pick, just as long as you stay consistent, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. y2, we have 8 minus 12, okay? And then we have negative 13 minus 3, okay? So 8 minus 12 is going to be negative 4, and negative 13 minus 3 is going to be negative 16. And once again, we have a negative over a negative, which equals a positive, 4/16, and that reduces to 1/4. Okay. Each time you're going to get the same exact answer. Okay. So now, once you go ahead and do the rest of those on your own, matter of fact, you guys can go ahead and just knock out the even ones. Okay. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on that first page. And now let's go ahead and progress to some special scenarios. So, or some special cases. So every once in a while, we might run into a slope that is either 0 or undefined. Okay, so let me show you an example of when the slope is going to be 0. So we need to still do the same thing. Remember, the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? Hopefully that starts to beat into your head. So first I'm going to label these x1, y1, x2, y2, and we have -4 minus a -4 over 1 minus -5. Okay, so these two are going to change to positive because of the double negative. We have 6 in the denominator. And in the numerator, these two are going to change to positive, and then we're going to have 0. So now, as you can see, we have 0 over 6, which is just simply 0. Okay, so that's one special case. Another special case is when we have an undefined slope. So let me go ahead and do this one. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2, and we're going to go ahead and do it. So we have 7. Why is it doing this? Hold on one second. Let me erase this. Okay. So we have 7. Why is it writing so weird? Sorry, you guys. Sorry, having technical difficulties right now. All right, so -2. Clearly, this wants to act stupid, so let's just go ahead and do it by hand. So we have -2 minus 3 in our numerator. And we have 7 minus 7 in our denominator. Okay? Now, when we do this, we're going to get an answer of -5 over -5/0. Okay, so anytime we have 0 in the denominator, you guys need to remember that means that the slope is undefined. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and practice doing this on your own. Remember, when we have a table of values, this is still just ordered pairs. Okay, so we still follow the same formula. And remember, I will give that formula to you one last time. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope formula. Okay, just like on the first page, you guys are only going to knock out the even problems. Okay, so 14, 16, all the way down to 22, only the evens. Okay, this has been Math with Mr. Samuels. Have a great evening. Hopefully this video and the slope formula is pretty easy. Any questions you have, we will answer them in class tomorrow, or just post your questions on our Google Classroom, and we will discuss them in class. Have a great evening.